Hey there, Alex Kidman here. Today taking a look at this, the Tineco iFLOOR 5 mop. Let's get into it. Out of the box, there's not really too much to putting the iFLOOR 5 together. You essentially unpack all the parts and snap the handle into place. The handle itself isn't adjustable for height, but the angle of the iFLOOR 5 means it should work well enough for most heights, except perhaps the extremely small. Controls on the iFLOOR 5 are pretty minimalistic, with an on-off power button and mode switching button at the front, as well as a self-cleaning button at the top of the handle. The iFLOOR 5 has a set of indicator lights that show battery status, clean and dirty water tank, full empty status, and whether the primary roller is stuck. It's all fairly obvious, and you shouldn't really have to dive into the manual too often. It also comes with a simple little plastic base designed to house the unit as well as catch any excess moisture between floor cleaning runs. It's also where you're meant to place it when you're running its self-cleaning function, because the roller there spins very fast indeed when that's happening, and running that process on regular floors would not be a smart move. As a wet-dry vacuum, the Tineco iFLOOR 5 also needs tanks for fresh and dirty water. The 700ml dirty water tank sits at the front, while the slightly larger 800ml container for fresh water snaps into the back. If you're wondering why there's a difference in size there, well, you're going to put some moisture down on the ground, of course. Overall, this is a pretty compact design, although the vertical nature of the iFLOOR 5 does mean it's a little tricky to hide amongst your home decor. Definitely one to live in the corner of the laundry, I think. The Tineco iFLOOR 5 is stated as being capable of up to 30 minutes of battery runtime, though that's at its standard power level. If you're running at maximum power, that drops to an estimated 23 minutes. Honestly, having tested this out pretty extensively, I suspect most users will not hit those levels all that often unless you live in an absolutely massive mansion full of hardwood floors. And honestly, also, the water tanks will likely drain and fill respectively before that time is up. Recharging will take you a while though, 3 to 4 hours of recharging before it's ready to roll. While the Tineco iFLOOR 5's motor doesn't explicitly drive it forwards or backwards, Tineco does have fancier higher tier models that offer that kind of functionality if it's important to you. The fast spinning speed of that primary roller does give it a bit of impetus to push forwards. When you switch it on, it kind of drags itself forwards, but the result there is also that it's a little bit harder to pull backwards. Tineco, oddly, doesn't really list a specific weight for the iFLOOR 5 itself. The box it comes in is stated at 8.42 kilos, and my own slightly more ad hoc testing suggests that with the water tanks filled, you're talking maybe 5 kg, which is fine when you're pushing it across floors, but might be challenging for some people if you're lifting it up and down stairs in a multi-story place, or indeed if you're doing stairs. The iFLOOR 5 comes with a 500ml bottle of deodorising and cleaning solution in the box. You can just use it with fresh water, of course, but the optimal way, as per Tineco, to operate it is with a capful of the cleaning solution added to the water. Now, I am someone who's super sensitive to strong perfumes or the acrid smell of a lot of cleaning chemicals. And I've got to say here, I was quite pleasantly surprised with the cleaning solution. It's really deodorizing in that sense of it doesn't have that much odor at all. It didn't really hit me that hard. However, there is a catch here, and the catch is that the recommendation is to only use Tineco's solution and not other surfactants. Now, I can't say that I've thrown dish soap or vinegar or anything else into the iFLOOR 5 to speak of. I suspect those wouldn't end well. But this is a level of vendor lock-in that you should be aware of. Replacement bottles here in Australia run around $40. You can sometimes see them cheaper. Though, if you're only using a capful per clean, it should last a decent length of time. I will also give Tineco some credit here for including a full 500ml bottle in the iFLOOR 5 box, so it's the same size as the retail bottles, rather than a smaller printer-style starter kit that I've seen with some other vacuum mop hybrids. Actual cleaning quality, while I'm rolling it around to mop and vacuum, is quite good. Even on floors I figured were mostly clean due to the slightly ridiculous number of robot vacuum cleaners I've been testing lately. Most surfaces ended up dry enough to walk on, though not actually completely dry after cleaning. There's still a little bit of moisture in play. But obviously it pays to see this thing in action. So here I've just spilled some coffee grounds on my kitchen floor. I wouldn't normally do this. This isn't usually how I spend my day. But just to give you an idea of what the pickup is likely to be off this thing, And as you can see, it's actually pretty good. The roller and vacuum picked up most of the coffee grounds first pass. Because of the nature of the spinning roller, it does throw a small amount of material from side to side, which is why I've kind of gone over the area multiple times. But yeah, really very few complaints here in terms of using it for your more ad hoc spill kind of stuff, although you do have to be careful after you've done a clean. On flat floors then, it's fairly easy to use. It is a little harder to use on stairs, depending on the width of your stair, functionally speaking, but also because of the carrying weight kind of leaning towards the back of the mop. So as you can see here, I can go over my stairs. It does work. My stairs are just wide enough. But then lifting it from stair to stair is that little bit more effort. Not impossible, of course, but I suppose if you were getting one of these because the physical exertion of mopping was a challenge for you, then this exact scenario could be even more problematic for you. Once you're done, you've got to clear the water out. And I mean, you've really got to clear the water out. And this is not just a, hey, my house stinks kind of thing. It will pick up quite a bit of dirt, but if you leave it in there, it will go fetid really fast. You're very lucky, really, that YouTube doesn't have smell-o-vision here. But there's a bit more cleaning you may also have to do. So I ran the iFLOOR 5 hard because I like to really properly and thoroughly test devices as much as I can. And I managed to get it blocked up. Now, I was taking it over some fairly brutal tests that you probably wouldn't do yourself, but over time, I could totally see that it could block up. And one thing I do like is that you can actually take, as you can see here, quite a bit of it apart to get to the roller, to clean the filters, to make it work again if it does block up. You will know it's blocking up, by the way, because it'll start dripping like crazy. As soon as I cleaned these up, it was all good. You don't, by the way, have to clean the roller yourself because it does have that built in, with a slight catch. And that catch is that the self-cleaning cycle is noisy, really, really noisy. I've got it muted at the moment, but let's bring it in for like 5 seconds so you get an idea of how loud it gets. So should you buy the Tineco iFLOOR 5? Well, look, I think this is a decent product at its price point. Not the fanciest they make, not quite the cheapest either. It's best suited for those with significant quantities of hard flooring inside their homes, rather obviously. And you are rather buying into a cleaning ecosystem, thanks to the insistence on using Tineco's own cleaning solutions with the iFLOOR 5, though that's not a unique approach in this particular market segment. For some, the carrying weight might be an issue, although building this and having the water on board means it's going to have some weight regardless. But otherwise, this is a fairly pleasing product. It certainly did what it was meant to do in terms of cleaning, and I've really got no complaints there. And that's my take on the Tineco iFLOOR 5. What do you think? Got any comments? Hit me up below, and as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.